Welcome back to Past Paradise, where we explore country music's newest news and undiscovered tales. The true reasons for Reba McEntire's breakup, shocking fans, are revealed today. The renowned country singer begins a new beginning in 2024 after splitting with Rex Linn. The couple's ideal relationship charmed hearts worldwide, but underlying concerns led to their sudden separation. This episode discusses their breakup. Reba's life shift and rare revelations from close sources will also be discussed. Sit back, and let's dissect Reba McEntire's headline-making separation, exclusively on Past Paradise. Shattering her heart. It was shocking to hear that Narvel Blackstock and Reba were divorcing. Reba was not prepared for it at all, and she was not thrilled with it either after 26 years of blissful marriage. Reba was deeply affected by more than just the news that their marriage was ending. She said in a CMT interview that she had no clue in any shape, form, or fashion why they decided to break up. It was particularly hard to understand that Narvel was the reason it ended, as Reba had often said he was not just her husband but also her closest friend. A long time ago, Narvel and Reba had first crossed paths in 1980. Initially, Narvel was the steel guitarist in Reba's band. However, by 1987, he managed her full-time and helped her through the difficult process of divorcing her first husband. That's when their relationship took a romantic turn, and 2 years later, aboard a boat in the middle of Lake Tahoe, they were married in 1989. Narvel and Reba together were unstoppable. Together, they founded Starstruck, a management firm, and Reba gave birth to Shelby, a boy, in 1990. Although it seemed they had a happy ever after, where did it all start? First union. Reba married rodeo star Charlie Battles as her music started to gain popularity. The two were married in 1976 when she released her first song. Even though her early tracks weren't big successes, it didn't take long for her to become well-known in the country music industry. Her rendition of Sweet Dreams, a song by Patsy Cline, peaked at number 19 on the Billboard Country charts in 1979, becoming her first, though not her last, entry into the top 20. Reaching high ground. With the release of her fifth album, Unlimited, in early 1983, Reba achieved her first number 1 on the Billboard charts. She quit Mercury because she thought she didn't have enough creative control over her music, and that they were forcing her to produce country pop songs instead of the more traditional country music she wanted to do. She discovered she was still not thrilled with how the record producers took her music after signing with MCA Nashville Records, who released her 7th album, Just a Little Love. She then put out an album titled My Kind of Country, which had the songs she was most excited about. 2 of the album's singles were well regarded by reviewers and peaked at the top of the charts. People connected with Reba's concept for her music. Restarting. While Reba's career was booming because of her music videos and record-breaking sales, things at home weren't good. Reba lived on her Oklahoma ranch in the mid-1980s with her first husband, Charlie Battles. Charlie wanted Reba to remain home and help since he didn't like how her profession impacted their life. Finally, in 1987, the two decided to split up. "I was starting over, so I had to pack everything in one day and go," Reba said. "I was no longer the tiny child following directions and doing what he asked." Sad accident. But by 1991, Reba's life had taken a drastically different turn. She was regarded as one of the biggest artists in the country music and was happily married to Narvel. Reba's life would be especially sour that year due to a sad catastrophe. That year, the passengers on a charter airplane transporting members of Reba's band perished when the aircraft collided with a mountain close to San Diego. Reba's band suffered the loss of 8 long-standing members. Reba was staying at a nearby hotel at the time of the incident, so she was horrified to learn of the tragic news when she woke up. Reba had been on the road with some band members for years and felt like she had lost relatives. For My Heartbroken. Reba named her 16th album For My Broken Heart and dedicated it to the band members who had died in the tragedy. Many of the album's tracks dealt with grief and heartache. The whole thing had a dark, melancholic feel. With over 4 million copies sold worldwide, the record became one of her best-selling studio albums because of something that resonated with a large number of listeners. Reba said that the record is a form of healing for all our broken hearts in the booklet accompanying the CD. The Crimson Gown. Reba and Linda Davis won a Grammy and a CMA in 1993 for their duet, Does He Love You? Reba garnered much attention at the CMAs for her now famous outfit choice. The crowd screamed at her very exposed red dress as she entered the stage. The red dress is now displayed in the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum, part of the country music legacy. Creating stirs. The topic of AIDS was mostly taboo in the early 1990s, especially in the more conservative country music circles. Reba created a stir when she released a song about it. She Thinks His Name Was John, a song she recorded in her 1994 album Read My Mind, is about a lady who had been diagnosed with AIDS. Reba didn't hesitate to address important societal concerns in the past. She spent songs on spousal violence, illegal immigration, mercy killing, and elderly mistreatment during her lengthy career, demonstrating her commitment to using her platform for good. A dead end. Reba had a little setback in her career with the publication of her 19th album, Beginning Over. The album included her best songs to celebrate her 20 years in the music business. However, reviewers were not enthused. Just one song made it to the top 10 hits list. Despite this, the record turned around its revenues and was declared platinum less than a year later. Highest-grossing film. Reba was contacted in 1996 by filmmaker James Cameron, who invited her to appear in a movie he'd be shooting. The motion picture? Titanic. Reba was excited to do the part, but schedule issues forced her to decline. Reba said, "They kept moving my schedule," and she was unwilling to postpone shows for which tickets had already been purchased. Was Reba offered the role? Socialite Molly Brown was offered to Kathy Bates, who delivered a remarkable and unforgettable performance after she was compelled to reject. Titanic, starring Kate Winslet, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Kathy Bates, became the second highest-grossing movie in history. Army donation. What If It's You, Reba's 20th studio album, was released in 1997. The album was a hit, marking a dramatic return for Reba from the previous year. Hits included The Fear of Being Alone, the lead single, and I'd Rather Ride Around With You. What If, another album track, was dedicated to charity. All proceeds went to the Salvation Army. Reba's sitcom. After experiencing success on Broadway, Reba realized she'd become addicted to performing. Rather than returning to the recording studio, she took on the small screen, beginning with the 2001 comedy Reba. Reba, which portrayed the tale of a witty single mother, debuted on the WB network and quickly rose to the top of the ratings. Reba starred Steve Howey, Reba McEntire, and Joanne Garcia Swisher. The comedy was a rating success and won Reba a Golden Globe. It lasted for an astounding 6 seasons, ending in 2006. Reba's enemy. The choice to use Reba's name instead of Sally, which the producers had initially intended to use, proved to be successful as Reba persuaded them that using her name would draw in her fan base. Melissa Peterman, Reba's co-star, plays Barbara, one of the show's most endearing characters. Although the two were portrayed as bitter rivals on screen because of Barbara's role in the fictitious Reba's destroyed marriage, in reality the two are great friends. Going back to music. After Reba had aired 2 seasons, McEntire found time to get back into the recording studio, and her 23rd album, Room to Breathe, was released in 2003. With the album's enormous popularity, Reba was able to reclaim her #1 spot on the charts. In 2007, Reba surpassed industry heavyweights like Dolly Parton to become the female artist with the most CMA nominations in the award's lengthy history. A year later, she embarked on a phenomenally successful tour with Kelly Clarkson. Reba resumed her career. Country of Malibu. Reba had a short comeback to television in 2011 when she starred in the comedy Malibu Country on ABC. Replacing her ex-husband, she tried to resume her country music career while becoming Reba Gallagher, a newly divorced mother of two who acquired her husband's Malibu home as part of the settlement. The program was canceled after only 8 episodes, despite being the most-watched new comedy on the network and garnering mixed reviews. An alternative course. Reba had her 56th top 10 country hit in 2008. Dolly Parton's previous record for the most top 10 hits of any female was surpassed by this incredible accomplishment. Reba revealed later that year that she was leaving her record label, MCA, with whom she had worked for the past 25 years, and that she would be signing a new deal with the Valerie Music Group. This incredible hit gave Reba the confidence to do something she had long wanted. Her death rumors. Reba's followers were crushed in 2012. According to a startling news source, Reba sadly died after falling down a cliff in Austria while shooting one of her music videos. Social media was soon used to spread the word, and Reba's family was ultimately informed. In a panic, her sister called Reba to see whether the reports were real. Reba answered the phone and claimed everything was okay. She even updated her Twitter account to let people know she was unharmed. "I find it cruel that so many hoaxes are just spreading. That's not humorous," Reba said. The #1 fan. Reba was slated for the 2014 Country Music Hall of Fame induction. Regretfully, Clark McEntire, Reba's father, had a serious stroke at the same period and went into a coma. He departed from this life on October 23, 2014. Reba was scheduled to attend the induction ceremony. Reba's biggest inspiration, Dolly Parton, received the induction on her behalf. Reba's Just Like Them Horses music video was shot on the family's ranch near Chalky, Oklahoma, and was dedicated to her father. Reba recalled her favorite admirer, saying, "He ran to heaven similar to those horses." Luxurious way of living. Reba plays and works hard. She's renowned for leading an opulent lifestyle and enjoying her prosperity. Consider her house in Beverly Hills. In 2009, she paid $9 million for the house with 7 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, a swimming pool, a tennis court, and more. In 2015, she made one of the largest transactions in the region's history, selling it for $22.25 million to an unidentified bidder. Preserving Faith Hill's life. Before her big break, the wildly popular country singer Faith Hill was turned down for a backup vocalist position on Reba's tour. Sadly, the vocalist who was cast for the role died in the 1991 venue explosion. Faith said in an interview with Larry King that she had no ill will toward the person who turned down the role and that her real lack of talent at the time was the reason. Rejection likely saved her life, however, as she became one of the greatest stars in country music. Kelly Clarkson, the in-law's daughter. Narvel Blackstock handled one of the biggest music talents in America, Kelly Clarkson. After Kelly performed the national anthem at the 2012 Super Bowl, he introduced her to his son, Brandon Blackstock, also Reba's stepson. The two were married in 2013, making Clarkson Reba's daughter-in-law. After going on a joint tour with Clarkson, Reba was overjoyed. "I was excited to the point of exhaustion. Having my friend as my daughter-in-law is indeed a blessing," Reba stated. Breaking up. Reba and Narvel split in 2015, but it didn't appear Reba was ready to move on. She said that she and Narvel would still be married if she chose. Following their divorce, she said that she wanted everyone to be happy in their lives and that if it meant terminating a 26-year marriage for Narvel, then so be it. "My father used to always say that it was best to take my marbles and go play elsewhere," but Reba wasn't prepared for Narvel's decision to move on. Going on, remaining near. Reports that Narvel saw someone new surfaced only a few months after Reba and Narvel split up. However, Narvel wasn't just seeing anyone, he was also seeing Laura Putty Stroud, a luxury real estate agent in Nashville, who happened to be Reba's closest friend. Reba often posted pictures of herself with Laura on social media while she and Narvel were still married. The two even went to a Katy Perry concert together. Although it's unclear if Laura and Narvel began dating while Narvel and Reba were still married, people close to the new couple claim they are very serious. This sudden and intense new relationship has sparked rumors that Laura and Narvel may have been having an affair behind Reba's back, but no hard evidence of this has ever come to light. A rock star. One individual who was left in a difficult situation after Reba and Narvel's divorce was Kelly Clarkson, their daughter-in-law. She was married to Narvel's son and simultaneously one of Reba's closest friends. But even with the challenges of breaking up, it seems Reba and Narvel still have each other's backs. Spreading rumor. Even when their romantic connection ended, Narvel and Reba continued to work together. Reba was managed by Narvel, who continued to serve in that capacity for a year after their breakup. Reba, however, decided to go solo in 2016 and established Reba's Business Inc., or RBI for short. In addition to managing Reba's products, which include apparel, cosmetics, jewelry, and home decor, Reba's organization also assists in managing emerging artists. Some of these items are sold at the Cracker Barrel gift shops. With a current estimated net worth of $95 million, Reba seems to have benefited from going it alone. She declared herself prepared to begin dating again in 2017. Friends in elevated positions. Some of the most significant individuals in the world, such as previous U.S. presidents, have been impacted by Reba's endearing nature. George W. Bush and his father George H.W. Bush as presidents. We frequently exchange jokes via email on our trios. It's never political, she said. He and his friends both have a strong interest in email. Senior Bush arranged a private voyage to the Greek islands for my husband and me years ago. The email correspondence began after we were close friends. Gun lover. Reba is the embodiment of traditional rural existence. Using guns is one of her favorite pastimes. She enjoys shooting and gathering them, but oddly she didn't develop this interest while growing up on her father's ranch. Rather, it was later in life. I learned how to skeet shoot and trap shoot because I wanted to be able to look like I knew how to shoot a gun because we never did that when we were home in Oklahoma, the actor said, recalling how she learned the sport several years before filming Buffalo Girls with Angelica Houston. Songs of Hope and Faith. Reba confirmed her love of music with her steadfast Christian beliefs in her 2017 first gospel album, Sing It Now, Songs of Faith and Hope. Originally inspired by an old hymn book she had since she was a small child, Reba's 28th studio album consists of 2 discs, one with traditional hymns and the other with her creative compositions, which she claims she'd been saving and collecting. The first female Colonel Sanders. Reba gained notoriety in January 2018 when she played the first female Colonel Sanders in a KFC commercial. She dances and sings while costumed as the Colonel to promote the restaurant chain's new Smoky Mountain Barbecue chicken. Her song, which centers on the fact that she is not Reba McEntire, finishes with her tossing her hat into the air, only to have it fall squarely on the head of the real Reba. Reba questioned, "Who wouldn't want to be the first female Colonel of Kentucky Fried Chicken? It feels really good, and my mustache and goatee tickle slightly, but I am a pretty good-looking gray-haired man." What happens to Reba next? With 29 studio albums, 40 #1 hit singles, and 16 #1 albums under her belt, Reba's career began in the early 1970s and is still going strong nearly 50 years later. We can only assume that whatever she has planned for the future will be spectacular. In addition to her music career, Reba is reportedly considered launching a new TV show, a Southern Gothic soap opera. More powerful than reality. The first single from her upcoming album, Stronger Than the Truth, set to be released on April 5th, was released on Friday morning, February 15th, 2019. Fittingly, Reba used this occasion to finally address her breakup with Narvel Blackstock. The song, which shares the same name as the album, is a heartbreaking account of their breakup with lines like these. "Nothing, or rather nothing as loud as stillness. A lie is the sharpest thing there is. Being the last person to know is the lowest of all. You have a fresh start with a new person. Furthermore, the truth is the strongest whiskey there is. Don't worry, despite the song's heartbreaking lyrics, Reba's life has improved. She's resumed dating and is now deeply in love. Rediscovering love. The country superstar posted a photo of herself with her new partner, Rex Lynn of CSI Miami, on Instagram in October 2020 after months of rumors. Enjoying time in NT with my sugar tot. It's good to have a person to talk to, laugh with, and get into subjects about what's going on, McEntire's said in a podcast interview earlier that month. The two began dating in early 2020 and had a long-distance relationship for a while due to social distancing. It's good to have a person to talk to, laugh with, and get into subjects about what's going on, McEntyre captioned the photo. Love-rooted friendship. When Rex Lynn and Reba McEntire announced their relationship, fans and the media were captivated. They formed a personal and professional friendship through their passion for the entertainment business and admiration for one another's jobs. They posted snippets of their lives on social media, demonstrating a close relationship and affection. Navigating fame. Despite public infatuation with their love tale, every partnership has problems. Maintaining a relationship in the limelight became difficult for Lynn and McEntire. Their occupations and hectic schedules occasionally restrict their time together. However, they manage these demands well, supporting and understanding each other's professional duties. An amicable parting. After a deep relationship, Rex Lynn and Reba McEntire split. Both sides expressed their respect and love for one another throughout the peaceful separation. They're no longer together, but their shared experience and beneficial influence on one another's lives show their deep connection. Their admirers continue to support them personally, hoping for their happiness and prosperity. Career demands split. Reba McEntire said her divorce from Rex Lynn was caused by their busy occupations, which kept them apart for long periods. The couple split amicably because their hectic schedules and professional obligations prevented them from spending enough time together. Despite their love and respect, their busy lifestyles made it impossible to continue a relationship. If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon